everybody, it's Kathy. Today I want to talk about, if you read the title, you probably think I'm going to talk about how to shrink your pores. And actually, what I want to talk about is, do you need a shrink for your pore issue? What I mean is, so many people, probably the #2 thing that people complain about when they come to me is how large their pores are. In fact, there was a dermatologist recently who I was reading an article she wrote, and she was talking about how so many of her patients suffer from what she calls pororexia. And I totally agree with her, because I mean, almost every single client I see complains about the size of her pores. And the crazy thing is, when I look at them, most of the time their pores are not very large. So that's kind of what I want to talk about. What's normal, what can be done, because there's so much BS, I'm sorry, about pores and what you can do about them. So first of all, what's normal? Okay, one of the things that affects it is oil production. So if you have really oily skin, there's just no chance that you're going to have teeny tiny pores. It's just the way it is. Usually I can judge somebody's skin type just by looking at the size of their pores, particularly like right through here. So oil production has a huge part to do with it. Then there's genetics. And then, of course, later on in life, age will play a role, because we get some laxity in the skin. So what would normal pore size be? What would small be? What's large? Most people who think they have really large pores are very average, very typical. You're always going to see some dots, some pores on your nose. A lot of people complain to me that their nose is covered in blackheads, and I've covered this before, but you know, it's not blackheads, it's sebaceous filaments. The dots you're seeing are your pores, because the pores across the nose and right through here, these are where they're going to be the largest. And then forehead, and then chin, those are going to be a little bit bigger. That's because those are the places that we have more oil coming through. So just the fact that you can see dots there doesn't mean you have large pores. It means that you have pores. Pores, yeah, we have to have pores. The people whose skin you look at and you swear they don't have a single pore, what we sometimes refer to as porcelain skin. First of all, most of the time, if you were to see them without makeup on and up real close, the way you look at yourself in that rearview mirror or in that 10 times mirror at home on your bathroom vanity, you would see that their pores aren't as small as you think they are. But if they truly have really teeny tiny pores, that porcelain skin, that means that they have probably got really dry skin. So it's a double-edged sword. Yeah, they've got porcelain beautiful skin now, but wait and see what they look like at 40, because when you have that kind of skin, it typically ages quicker. It gets kind of that parchment paper look, because it just doesn't quite have enough oil to keep it really well lubricated. So there's always a price. So I tell people, you know what, you really wouldn't want to have that really, really porcelain skin, because the price you pay, looking old at a younger age. So if you see little dots here and there, and you feel like your pores are huge, just understand that that's supposed to be there. You have to have these pores. That's the opening. And pores have a hair follicle in some of them, and some of them do not. And there's a sebaceous gland at the base of the pore. They're there for a reason. They're there for a purpose. Don't freak out about them, please, everybody. If you really feel like your pores are large, know one thing: it is not possible to shrink a pore. All of these products on the market really have a lot of hype, and I don't know, if you find one that truly shrinks your pores and you can prove it to me, please write it down below, because I'd love to hear about it. I can tell you everything from chemical peels to microdermabrasion. I mean, all the different things that people profess will take care of shrinking your pores. It's not true. It's just not true. Now, I do something called microcurrent, and it's particularly for older skin. It's for firming and lifting. It does quite a bit more. It stimulates collagen. There's a lot of benefits. And one of the things that I've noticed on my clients is their pores do appear smoother. I hate to use the word smaller. They appear smoother. And I think it's because as our skin gets lax, those pores look even bigger. And when you can create a little bit of tightening, it's going to help. But is it measurable? Probably not. The only thing I've ever heard of that could possibly have a difference on pore size would be more aggressive things. dermabrasion, not microdermabrasion, but the one that they still do it, but they use it's quite a bit more aggressive than what you do at home, where they're really taking off a lot of skin and then it's growing back. That could possibly do something. For the most part, anything you can do at home, any product you can use at home is not going to change your pore size. Now, if you keep your skin really well maintained, meaning you're using good products, you're not building up a lot of dead skin cells, a lot of excess oil, your skin is going to naturally look smoother and the pores are going to look smaller just because they're not filled up with gunk. And you know, you can go back and look at some of my other videos about that. You can use anything from lactic acid on a daily basis, will keep you nice and cleaned out without stripping your skin. For some people, if you have really oily skin, glycolic acid can be beneficial for you. You know, everybody talks about AHAs and BHAs. Basically, find something that works for you that's not too strong, that's not going to strip your skin. And if you're using good products, you probably don't need to be doing all the extra stuff. You know, if you've watched my video on masks, I don't think you really need to be a slave to putting masks on your face twice a week. It can be a nice, relaxing experience, but if you're using good products, you probably don't even need to do that. So if you want to keep your pores in their best condition, try to take good care of your skin, use good products, don't gain and lose a lot of weight because that's just going to make the skin laxer. And that's pretty much it. And if you are one of those people that's neurotic about your pores, I suggest that you really start to pay attention to how far away you're seeing other people that you think have beautiful skin, because we are so unfair to ourselves when we compare ourselves to other people. If you really are looking at it objectively, I think you're going to realize that, I mean, people say to me all the time, oh, you have such pretty skin, oh, you don't have any pores, and I think to myself, you've got to be kidding. I mean, I feel like I have huge pores. But then you realize they're not really seeing you the way you see yourself. So keep that in mind when you're so hard on yourself, and try to find something else to worry about, because pore size, it's just not worth the amount of time and energy we put into worrying about it, and the amount of money people spend on products that really have little to no effect on it. My advice is just try to put it out of your mind. I'm sorry. I wish I could give you concrete, do this and your pores are going to shrink, but nope, doesn't really work like that. Anyway, that's it. If you have questions, write them below. I hope you're having a great day, and stay out of the mirror. Bye.